Salute to everybody in the building. Hit that like button as you come on in. Yeah, I know I had the time for the stream mixed up, and I know it's kind of a random live stream, but I just didn't feel like doing a regular video today. Hit that like button as you come on in, man. We got to talk about it. We got to talk about Teofimo a little bit, and of course, what's going on with boxing. Teofimo Lopez has changed his pick. Teofimo Lopez is now picking Terence Crawford to win against Canelo Alvarez. Strange enough, right? And we go talk about it in a second. We're gonna play the clip. Make sure you hit that like button as you come on in. Hope everybody's doing well. Tanker Lamont should be announced soon. Lamont Roach is already back training. We haven't seen much from Gervonta Tank Davis, but one would assume that that fight should be happening sometime soon, maybe in July or something. Also, we hearing rumors that Jake Paul is still working out a negotiation with Canelo. Of course, he has a fight coming up with Julio Cesar Chavez Jr., and he's speaking on if he's going to be facing Canelo Alvarez. I'm sorry, Gervonta Tank Davis in November. I mean, that sounds fucking crazy. That sounds pretty crazy. Jake Paul is, come on, man. Shakur Stevenson and Conor Ben. Conor Ben pulled up on Shakur. He wants to fight Shakur at 54. Whenever Shakur is ready, Conor Ben said he is waiting and he is never in a boring fight. You said WBO made that boy get some act right. Yeah, they did. Because he was, I don't know, man. We had some people in the last video, we talked about Teofimo, the liquor and, the N-word with the hard ER. Um, I don't know, bro. I don't know. Teofimo Lopez ain't doing himself no favors. And one thing I noticed about Teofimo over the years, it is something that I've been saying, that he just shows no loyalty. He's a snake-like dude. Check out what he had to say about Canelo, though.
This is Canelo, who you pick. I'm gonna go for Crawford, cause then when he beats, let's say he beats Canelo, that gives him ammunition. So when I fight him, and I beat Crawford, beat Canelo. You know what I mean? Respecting BK all day. 718. What up? You heard? Yo, Jacob, the Canelo team don't want Teofimo. Not our fault. It's whatever the champ wants. Hey. It's alright, bro. I don't want to be heavy, flat-footed, planted anyways. I'm a boxer. Pretty damn good boxer, too. I want to ask you guys something. A lot of people chewed my ass about not knowing how to cut the ring off, right? Right. Pero Canelo, he fought William Skull, and he could not cut the ring off.
So now Teofimo Lopez, after glazing Canelo for the longest time, right? Y'all remember when he was part of Team Canelo for that brief stint? Like I don't even think they had a fight with each other. A fight training under everyone else. I don't even think they got that far. For whatever reason, Team Canelo said, nah, man, we gotta get rid of you clowns like Ryan and Teofimo. Y'all, we serious business in camp, and y'all be playing and dancing and doing shit for likes and shit. They got rid of them dudes. Teofimo initially was like, well, something to the effect of like no hard feelings and nothing like that. But now he says something a little different. Now he's even picking Terence Crawford to beat Canelo. Dude just has no loyalty, no nothing. You know what I'm saying? That's just what it is. He's just not really a solid dude. Now, what he said may have been true. Canelo is pretty flat-footed. You know what I'm saying? And I don't think there'll be nothing that Canelo could do to change that. That's just what it is. It's not one of those things to where he could develop lightning fast feet. That's something that he probably would have had to been working on since he started boxing. Just because that's one of those things that he just don't naturally have, right? So you take shots at him, you know what I'm saying? After glazing these dudes, and now you don't want to be a heavy, flat-footed fighter. You're a boxer, and they brawlers basically, and this is the type of dude that we're dealing with. He has no honor, no loyalty, no nothing, no nothing. Salute to everybody in the building, man. Hit that like button. Come on in. Teofimo Lopez, I'm getting kind of tired of this dude. Teofimo fatigue. You know what I'm saying? Teofimo fatigue. He got to deal with the WBO. He got to try to convince people that he really said liquor instead of, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's just too much foolishness with this guy. You got a lot of people in defense of him, too, though. They'll never pop up in the chat on the live streams, but they definitely will be in the chat a little later in defense of all his shenanigans and his foolishness. Yeah, Canelo kicked him out because of his antics. That's exactly why. Canelo and those guys are serious business, man. They may play a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Guys play a little bit in camp, but Teofimo and Ryan play a lot in camp. Especially guys like Teofimo will be dancing and putting on the show and b-boying and shit. He got a lot of shit he be doing that Eddie Reynoso probably wasn't going for. You know what I'm saying? You said if T.O. is loyal, then Benny Arnold got a bump rap. I'm telling you, Teofimo ain't loyal at all. I remember years ago, back around when I want to say around when Crawford was at the tail end of the top rank run. Back when the politics of boxing was kicking Bud's ass, and Terence Crawford prior used to always big up the younger fighters. He was bigging up Teofimo, and then Teofimo said some funny, underhanded shit. I'm like, whoa, that's kind of weird. You know what I'm saying? That's when I knew dude wasn't solid. You know what I'm saying? And then he'll talk shit about a particular fighter or whatever. And then when that fighter approaches him or whatever, he's buddy buddy, and so he's really a phony dude, man. He's really a phony dude. He's phony as hell. You know what I'm saying? And then he even turned his back on Canelo. So this kind of just shows you what type of dude he is, and I mean, he's loyal to nobody but himself. And if that's if that's your thing, then cool. You know what I'm saying? But this is why he's in the position that he's in now. He's just not a solid dude. And now he got to deal with the WBO potentially taking his belt away. He may not even be able to fight for the sanctioned body no more because of his antics. And even if he did really say liquor, right? It still sounds like he said, and then leading up to that point, he was on some racist shit. Hey, Teofimo can't cut off the ring. He talking about Canelo can't cut off the ring. He can't cut off the ring. He really can't cut off the ring, bro. It's easy to say, well, Canelo can't cut off the ring. I mean, I've been saying this stuff, bro. But it was almost taboo to say it. It was almost taboo to say these things. I was saying it when it's unpopular. You know what I'm saying? Now everybody want to say it. Canelo been had slow feet, though. Crawford been a bad matchup for this dude. And this is why going into this thing, the main talking point for people that was favoring Canelo was that he was just the bigger guy. They didn't say he was a more skilled guy. They didn't say none of that. Bigger how? He's wider, right? He's the wider guy. But is he really that much bigger? Nah, hell the fuck no. Not at all. But Teofimo thinks that he's going to get a Crawford fight if Crawford beats Canelo. Teofimo has nothing to offer anybody in boxing but the pleasure of people who feel some type of way about some of the things he been saying, get his ass kicked. That's the only thing. Other than that, who's screaming to see Teofimo Lopez right now? Nobody. Nobody.
This is Canelo, who you pick. Um, I'm gonna go for Crawford. Cause then when he beats, let's say he beats Canelo, that gives him ammunition. So when I fight him, and I beat Crawford, beat Canelo. You know what I mean? Respect and BK all day. 718. What up? You heard? Yo, Jacob. The Canelo team don't want Teofimo. Not our fault. Well, it's whatever the champ wants. Hey. It's alright, bro. I don't want to be heavy, flat-footed, planted anyways. I'm a boxer. Pretty damn good boxer, too. I want to ask you guys something. A lot of people chewed my ass about not knowing how to cut the ring off, right? Right. But Canelo, he fought William Skull, and he could not cut the ring off.
Yep. So it's a bunch of you dudes that just really can't cut the ring off, though. The pot caught in the kettle black. You can't cut the ring off either, dog. And you the younger, faster fighter. And you still can't cut the ring off. You know what I'm saying? Salute to Hollow Ninja for the super chat. He says, Bushido boxing till eternity. We keep going, man. That's right, bro. All day. Salute to you, man. Much love to Hollow Ninja in the building. You said if you pay attention, he intentionally dragged the R. Hey, you ain't lying, Sanctus. People was forcing that. The whole liquor, I don't even want to repeat it. They was yeah, they was forcing that shit, bro. They was forcing liquor. And then Teofimo himself had to come out and say, well, that's what I was really saying. No, that really wasn't what you were saying, dog. Stop lying. Stop playing. You know what I'm saying? You said Tio trying to keep his name. Yeah, that's exactly what he's doing. This is what I was going to say in a regular video, but I just decided to do a live stream. Yeah, he's just trying to stay relevant, man. Because he don't really have a strong fan base. Um, he just don't really, he just don't have a strong fan base. So he got to stay relevant by doing some pretty, I don't know, I guess you could say fucked up shit, but whatever he's doing is not working. It's like it's cringe and nobody's really on board with it. Nobody's on board with it except for the racist people. They're the only ones that's really on board with the foolishness from guys like Teofimo and Ryan. But Canelo, man, he go a lot of people picking Crawford, man. A lot of people pick Crawford. A lot of people. It was almost like you was feeling crazy if you was picking Crawford prior to now. You start to feel crazy. Like, wait, man, am I wrong here? Nah, I'm not wrong. Everybody go see soon. Sure enough, everybody's starting to see. I'm like, man, I've been told y'all, man. Do I know? People over here on this side of the internet, we know boxing, bro. And we already know what we watching. We know what we seeing, bro. We seen like this dude can't, other than a punch, a lucky punch landing, or if Crawford fights his Canelo's style of fight, Canelo really has no chance against this guy. He really has no chance. I'm still open to debate. Still open to debate, but I don't think there's gonna be too much of an argument without it getting kind of personal. Somebody's gonna get personal. I'm not gonna do it. I could debate in my sleep. You know what I'm saying? And it don't gotta be nothing personal. It don't gotta be nothing malicious. None of that. You just talk the facts. State your case. But I don't think nobody has a real strong argument in the defense of Canelo Alvarez winning this fight. I just don't see it. Other than the fact that Crawford's moving up two weight classes. That's the only argument in the politics, but we don't even know if that's going to be in Canelo's favor. Salute to Hollow Ninja for another super chat. He says, all these dudes piling up their excuses before the fight. Not going to work. They trash Bud too much to where the decline excuse doesn't work for Canelo. No, it don't. It ain't going to work, and we ain't going to give it to him either. We ain't giving it to him at all. I've been saying Canelo was on falling down the hill. I've been saying it for like 3 years now. I've been saying that. Prior to even Spence and Crawford fight, I've been saying this about Canelo, but nobody was trying to hit. They was too caught up into the what was going on instead of seeing what was actually what was really going on. This dude is slipping. And this is why he's over there in Europe for that X amount of time fighting those slower, flat-footed guys. Those squishy fighters, man. They can't really, you hit them upside the head, they crumbling. This is why he was over there for so long. Because on this side of the world, there's a lot of speed and everything else going on. A lot of skill and everything else. So he had to keep the gravy train going for as long as he could. But now I think he's at the end of the road. The jig is up. The jig is up, man. But you best believe that's going to be the excuse if Bud does win, or when I should say Bud wins. That's going to be the excuse that Canelo's declined and all this stuff. Even though Crawford's almost 40, you know what I'm saying? Even though Bud Crawford 40 years old, they're going to still say, well, Canelo's old and past his prime and all this other foolishness. Crawford passed his prime too. Bud Crawford passed his prime too. But if Teofimo thinks he stands a chance, right? Like, he's hell bent on fighting Crawford. Hell bent. And I think it's more of a desperation move versus him truly believing that he can go out there and win. It's just a situation to where he can get the biggest payday he can get. And if he does lose the fight, well, he was supposed to lose anyway. So it's almost like a win-win for him if he can get a Crawford fight. But guys like Boots and everybody else, that's a little bit different. You know what I'm saying? It's a little different. But for Crawford, the expectation would be, well, we expected Teofimo to lose against you, dude. What's up, Don Von? Salute. Sonny Chiba, salute. Juice Lee, salute. LT, salute. Torian Kirk, salute. You said no version of Canelo beats Bud. It's obvious he's always avoided certain styles after he fought Mayweather and Lara. We know Canelo never been a master boxer. Yeah, he struggles with certain styles, man. This stuff that's been like known for years. And only the real ones that come out and just tell you straight up like that. To me, the best fighters could be mostly any style. You know what I'm saying? No matter what, it don't even matter if he's a top tier fighter or an A-level guy, S-level, whatever you want to call him. Certain styles will always give certain guys trouble, regardless of the skill level of the dude, right? If he's at least a B-level guy can give an A-level guy trouble if he has the right style for him. You know what I'm saying? Canelo Alvarez is a fighter that struggles with certain styles. Regardless of the level of the fighter, he will struggle. Salute, Jason Williams. I see you in the building. He will struggle. Teofimo is another fighter that will struggle with certain styles. We've seen what Sandro Martin did to him. So imagine if he was in there with a guy like Richard Hitchison or Shakur Stevenson, somebody that's boxing, that's faster than he is. He's gonna struggle because he don't have fast feet. He can't cut off the ring. These guys that can't cut off the ring like Pitbull Cruz, um, Canelo Alvarez, and all these guys, they will always struggle. And it's hard for a guy like me to put them as like the top guys, like the absolute top, because they go always struggle with certain dudes when it comes to the foot speed department, cutting off the ring. And some guys never close those holes in their game. Canelo is one of them. Been boxing for 1,000 years and still can't really figure it out how to cut off the ring. Why? Because, well, he'll never be able to. He just has slow feet. He just simply got slow feet, bro. There's nothing he can do about it. That's just the way that God made him. Some dudes got naturally fast feet. Some dudes got naturally slow feet. Could you imagine Canelo Alvarez sprinting down the street? It would be like he was running with an invisible parachute. You said Bud has that Michael Jordan factor. I'm going to find a way to beat you mentally. Ultimate competitor, student of the game. Yeah, man. That MJ mentality, that Kobe Bryant mentality. You know what I'm saying? That Floyd Mayweather mentality. Yeah. You got to mentally beat these type of dudes. You know what I'm saying? Then when we talking one-on-one sports like boxing, you got to mentally beat a guy like Crawford. I don't know if I don't really see anybody breaking that dude's will. I just don't see it. I don't think Canelo could break his will because he won't be able to consistently land any punches. And then he'll get to the point where he'll be timid on really letting his hands go in a fight because he's gonna be worried about getting countered. He's gonna spend a lot of time in that fight, um, just defending. That's what I think. Yeah, he's gonna swing, but I think he's gonna spend a lot more time defending because every time he swings, Crawford's gonna come back with a counter. And people got that memory of Bud in the Miedemar fight and thinking that that's going to be the same fight. You got to remember about Crawford, man. We've been watching boxing for too long to not understand what we've been seeing. Crawford don't never fight the same in any fight, bro. He fights differently in every fucking fight. The fight with Spence to Miedemar was a totally different style almost. You know what I'm saying? He has way too many different ways to win a fight. Salute to Hollow Ninja for another super chat, the sponsor of the stream. He says, liquor, usually the ER is the strongest in the N word, but bro, the letter N came out of T.O.'s mouth stronger than the ER and the L. Bro, I'm telling you, bro. Dudes would justify anything, bro, to fit their agendas or narratives. I don't know, bro. We know what we heard. We heard the N. Like, we heard that N come out, bro. And then once you start whispering dudes liquor, then you can kind of take it into context that it sounded like liquor. But man, we know what we heard, bro. That's just a cop out. That's just a cop out, bro. He needs a PR person or something. Salute to everybody in the building, man. Hit that like button for your boy. I know this is a random stream, but we got to talk some boxing, man. I'm looking forward to the Tank Roach rematch. Definitely looking forward to that. I think Lamont Roach is going to win the fight. Not to say Tank doesn't stand a chance, but I think Lamont Roach will be, if not the favorite, if not, um, he won't be as heavy of an underdog as he was before. I'll tell you that. So I think Lamont Roach is going to win the fight. He's already in camp preparing for Tank Davis. We haven't heard nothing or seen much from Tank in a while now. So we're going to see. It's interesting to see how Tank Davis will approach the rematch. You know, his first draw actually essentially should be a loss. He pretty much took a knee in the fight and all types of stuff. It was one of Tank Davis' worst nights. It wasn't a bad performance per se, but it wasn't like his best night in the ring at all. And that's because, well, he's on the opposite end of Lamont Roach, and Lamont Roach proven to be a lot better than most people gave him credit for. So I'm definitely looking forward to that rematch. I think Lamont Roach has the mindset and the skill set to get the job done, for sure. And he got the chin too. You said Canelo wouldn't back out. Imagine him destroying Mijimov like he did Earl. Wait, what'd you say? He says the fight with Teddy Atlas gave a great breakdown. Check it out when you get a chance. Yeah, I'm gonna check it out. I'm gonna check out what Teddy had to say. Teddy Atlas thinks Canelo's overrated. Teddy Atlas is one of those super OGs that, you know, when them guys be that old, they tend to really speak their mind. He said Canelo's overrated. You know what I'm saying? Teddy Atlas will tell you the truth more times than none, whether you like it or not. But yeah, Canelo Alvarez, man, I wouldn't say he's overrated. I could see why people would say that because he's pretty limited. Um, but yeah, he got to show me, bro. Oh, you said he said that today. You said, and Jason Williams says, and to be real, I think Boyd wanted to look human, so Canelo wouldn't back out. Imagine him destroying Mijimov like he did Errol. Yeah. If you could kind of overdo it in these fights sometimes, man, we've seen it over the years where a guy kind of overdid it, and then you really scared the guys away. Like, oh, they really don't see no holes now. They ain't gonna fuck with you, dog. What you do that for? You did too much. But sometimes when these fighters show vulnerabilities in a fight or don't put up the best performance, then that's when guys come banging at the door ready to fight them. So we've seen that before. If Crawford had went out and destroyed Mijimov, I think Mijimov probably came in at his absolute best, the best he probably ever came in for any fight prior. But if he had destroyed a Mijimov, yeah, it probably would have kept Canelo at bay. And then the narrative would have been, well, Crawford's just too small anyway. You know what I'm saying? That would have been a heavy narrative, strong narrative. But look how things changed. Look how things changed now, that quick. Even people that was favoring Canelo to initially win the fight and thought that Crawford was crazy from even entertaining it is now picking Crawford to actually win the damn fight. You said y'all say that word more than anything else. Now, we don't be running around saying a hard ER more than anybody else. Nothing. That don't justify Teofimo saying it. See how these dudes come on here with that shit to justify the bullshit? You racist too, dog. That just shows me that you be racist and shit. And that you be hating on black folks behind the scenes and shit, dropping N-bombs and shit. That's what that tells me. That's all that says, bro. Good job. You said T.O. is the goat at alienating his own supporters. Started with the Black American support, and then the Rican, and the white, and now the Mexican. The hardcore racists are shaking in their boots. I'm telling you, bro. I told you this guy, he has no loyalty to nobody, bro. He alienated. Like I said, man, his fans were black. I was a T.O. fan. Like, his fans were Black Americans. You know what I'm saying? A lot of us was rocking with Teofimo. And then he just alienated his whole fan base. And he essentially alienated the Mexican fans too, because they love Canelo. You know what I'm saying? Now you talking shit to Canelo. Now you looking like you a shady dude. Like you was just glazing Canelo a couple of months ago. And now all of a sudden Canelo can't do this and he's gonna lose against Bud. And you know what I'm saying? Dude, wild, bro.
This is Canelo, who you pick. I'm gonna go for Crawford. Cause then when he beats, you know, let's say he beats Canelo, that gives him ammunition. So when I fight him, and I beat Crawford, beat Canelo. know what I mean? Respecting BK all day, 718. What up? You heard? Yo, Jacob, the Canelo team don't want Teofimo. Not our fault. Well, it's whatever the champ wants. Hey. It's alright, bro. I don't want to be heavy, flat-footed, planted anyways. I'm a boxer. Pretty damn good boxer, too. I want to ask you guys something. A lot of people chewed my ass about not knowing how to cut the ring off, right? Right. Pero Canelo, he fought William Skull, and he could not cut the ring off.
Yep. Yep. Couldn't cut the ring off, man. Couldn't cut the ring off. Y'all smash that like button for your boy. You said black people need our own language. Oh man, that's funny, bro. I don't know, man. I think this thing is gonna be interesting. It's gonna be really interesting. I think Crawford may beat Canelo better than Floyd did. Honestly, that's just my opinion. I think Crawford's gonna outdo Floyd Mayweather. I think he's gonna outdo him. Canelo struggles heavily against speedy boxers, guys that can counterpunch well, guys with fast feet. He struggles. You said Tio is marooned on an island all by himself. No demographic wants to claim him, not just a hot potato, but a dumb potato. Yeah, man. Teofimo just, I don't know, bro. Like I told you, he's a talented fighter and everything, but he's not I wouldn't say he's the smartest dude. If anything, he should have been really he shouldn't have alienated his main fan base. Because it's not like it's a huge Honduran population, a community in America to where, like the Puerto Ricans or the Dominicans. It's not a lot of those guys. So he don't have that strong fan base. And Black Americans was rocking with T.O. He alienated himself. He essentially alienated himself, sending monkeys and sending bananas and shit and watermelons to the room, to Keyshawn's dressing room to try to make it look like it was Dennis Baranchik and them. That shit crazy as hell, bro. He knows better. But I think a lot of this stuff stems from stuff that happened in his personal life and his father. His father probably really don't like black people. You best believe that. Teofimo Sr. definitely don't like black people. But he's just, he's not a solid guy, man. If Teofimo's proven anything in boxing, he's proven to not be a solid dude. That'd be almost like Shakur Stevenson betraying Bud. You know what I'm saying? The way he kind of turned on Canelo. You'll never hear Shakur just flip it on Bud and say, well, Canelo gonna beat Bud. Nah, ain't a solid dude, bro. You know what I'm saying? Just not a solid dude. Hey, his wife, I'll tell you that situation with his wife. You know what I'm saying? That situation with his wife has got him Your AC working? Yeah, that situation with his wife, man. That's what happened. And what was the story back then? His family was kind of mad at him. I think he was kind of beefing with his family because they didn't want him to marry her. You know what I'm saying? That's what the story was. They didn't want him to marry her, and it was for good reason. It was for good reason. Yeah, the fight date changed. Now they're saying it's canceled again. Wait, hold up. Yeah, I heard about the date got changed from the 12th to the 13th. The 13th is actually a Saturday. The initial date was a Friday. It was weird. They changed it to the 13th, and now they're trying to find the location for the fight. And then it's going to be announced. Turkey said he's going to announce which platform it's going to be on. So we don't know if it's going to be on Netflix, The Zone, PBC, Top Rank. We don't know where it's going to be. We don't know where this fight going to be. Hold up, let me salute to Hollow Ninja for another super chat, the sponsor of the stream. He says Terence Crawford and I, have two of the best timing accuracies that I've seen in this sport. I will give the better timing to Bud and the accuracy to the monster. These men are legendary. Yeah, they are. Yeah, both fighters are two of the best fighters in the world, bro. No question. They've been proving it. It's been proven from consistency alone. Consistency alone. Usyk as well. Consistency alone. Whatever happened in the ring with these dudes, getting dropped or whatever, they've been consistent, bro. They get the job done regardless. They get the victory regardless of what happens in the fight. And they've been consistently doing it for a long time. No controversy decisions, especially for Bud. But no, nothing controversial for none of those guys. The top three guys in boxing, Usyk, Bud, and Inoue, there hasn't been much controversy as far as their victories. Those are the best fighters. Then you put Beevil in there somewhere too. You know what I'm saying? Consistency, man. Consistency. It's hard to be on top for so long because there's so much footage and tapes. Guys are watching you. You're not watching them. They watching you. So everybody's studying your every move, your tendencies, the things you like, things you don't like to do. It gets harder when you got that bullseye on your back. And only the strong survive. I like to see the monster fight Junto though. Junto talking about fighting the monster sooner than later. He wants to get this show on the road before this year is out. I'm gonna see if the monster take the fight, man. I think he's a guy similar to the monster in a lot of ways. Uh, he might be monster's toughest fight. If he can take a good punch, he'll probably be the monster's toughest fight to date. Junto Nakatani. But the best fighters are the most consistent fighters. Floyd Mayweather was very consistent. Vladimir Klitschko was very consistent, whether you liked his style or not. Um, who else was really consistent? There's a lot of guys that were just consistent over the years, whether they was exciting or not. Consistently getting in there and getting a victory with little to no controversy. That should be celebrated because it's not easy to go up in there every time and then put up at least a B-level performance. It's not easy to do. Some nights you just may not feel it. Some nights may not be your night, but the best guys still overcome um, some of those inner struggles or inner demons that may prevent you from putting out that you can. You know what I'm saying? Some dudes can adapt to any style or overcome any adversity that's in front of him. And he, in a way, went through some adversity. His last fight, he overcame it. You know what I'm saying? He overcame it and then got the stoppage too. Got down, got knocked down, got caught with a really good shot, and got up and really just finished the job. But for Teofimo, man, what he should have did, um, he should have he had a really good performance against Barbosa, and I think after that he should have went a different route because we in a social media age anyway where people got short term memories. short attention spans. You know, they got the attention span of a 5-year-old, most people today. So he could have went a different path from here on out, and people soon would eventually have forgave him if he had to just went a different route. But he continued the same bullshit, and now people are really looking at him like that's who he really is. It's crazy. Salute to Hollow Ninja for another super chat. He says the monster responded back to Nakatani trainer by saying, "1 year from now, I will be in my prime and I'll be even better. Let's make it happen soon." Oh shit! So that's what the monster said. The monster's what, 32 now? 30, early 30s? Um, is the monster in his prime right now? I don't know. Usually the smaller guys, they don't you'll be hard pressed to see a guy outside of like Rigondeaux that's damn near 40 and still fighting at a high level. You know what I'm saying? It's just because the speed, you know what I'm saying? They rely on speed a lot, the smaller fighters, and reflexes. And those are things that go first. So it's hard to say if the monster's in his prime right now, because I do see him getting hit a lot more. Of course, he's in there with bigger guys, naturally bigger guys, but it's hard to say, man. But Nakatani, I think, will be a strong challenger for the monster. Probably his toughest fight to date. So hopefully that happens next, because the monster is, a lot of people been giving the monster shit because, well, who are these guys? You know what I'm saying? Who are these guys you fighting right now? You know what I'm saying? And if he fights Nakatani, I think that'll be a breath of fresh air for Naoya Inoue and boxing fans. You know what I'm saying? We want to see him in there with somebody that's, you know, Nakatani isn't the most popular guy, but I think he's definitely more known than Cardenas. Yeah, those smaller guys flame out early. Yeah, they do. You said Usyk lost to Dubois. Speaking of that fight, I don't know if I think Usyk's one of the best fighters. He will probably go down as an all-time great, but I question, is he going to beat Dubois this time? I don't know if he is. I think Dubois has finally found his stride. I think he's finally coming into his prime. Um, he's still a young guy, and he showed a lot of improvements, man. You know, at one point, Daniel Dubois was looking like that guy that was just go crumble under adversity. But he, whatever will happen, he overcame that, and he's looking like a beast in there. So I don't know if Usyk is gonna beat him this time. Plus, Usyk's getting older now. You know what I'm saying? Usyk's getting older now. I think Daniel Dubois knows that Usyk could possibly have a weakness to the body that he could exploit. Um, yeah, I think that's gonna be a tougher fight this time for Usyk. I'm not sure how much Usyk got left in the tank. As great as he is, I don't know how much he got left. I do not know how much he got left because he's almost 42. But heavyweights age out slower than the smaller fighters. They age out slower. But yeah, man, Teofimo, man, I don't know. Backstab Canelo. Say he got slow feet. Tell y'all, man, this dude shows no loyalty to nobody, man. Not even his fellow Latinos. He don't even show any kind of loyalty to. So what makes you think he gonna show any type of to black people? You know what I'm saying? You said Usyk was hurt, but he was milking it. Yeah, he was hurt. That body shot hurt Usyk, bro. That hurt him. That's why I question, is he gonna get through the bar this time? Because he's a very Usyk's a very capable fighter. But everybody has some type of weakness. It's just a matter if these guys could exploit it or find out what it is. Salute to GK Black in the building. What's going on? Yeah, we just talking about Teofimo, man, and you know, I'm getting that Teofimo fatigue. I've been seeing this thing called fatigue now. People been saying people got black fatigue, and whatever else, fatigue. Like they just tired of black people, tired of, you know. I got Teofimo fatigue. I'm tired of him. I'm tired of Teofimo, man. He got the most to say, but a lot is not happening. Usyk is the man, bro. Don't let's not get it twisted now. I think Usyk is one of the will go down as one of the greats of this era for sure, 100%. Hell of a fighter. But I still just I don't know. I think timing is everything too in boxing. Timing, man, not timing in the ring as far as punches. I'm talking about timing. You know what I'm saying? As far as taking the fight at the right time. And fans may not like shit like that, but Dimitri Bivol fought Arthur Beterbiev, in my opinion. I said this before the fight, even the first fight, that he fighting him at the right time. This is the right time for him to beat a guy like that right now. Salute to Hollow Ninja for another super chat. He says, don't listen to these haters, Bushido. Neri was a legitimate win. Dory was an ex-champion. His next fight will be a legitimate win against former unified champion MJ Aguilev, then Junto, then 126. We gonna see, man. I'm just going off of what the people are saying. People is just not too excited about the guys that the monster's been fighting. Luis Neri was a good fight. Um, but people want to see him in it. I mean, look, man, let's be honest though. The smaller weight classes isn't the most popular divisions in boxing. It's just not. It's really not. And there's not a strong popular Latino or black fighter down there right now. So a lot of Americans, probably British, Mexican fans, not really paying too much attention down there outside of Bam Rodriguez. You know what I'm saying? Especially Americans, because there's not too many black Americans down there for black fans to gravitate towards outside of Stephen Fulton. So it's not too much attention down there. And it's not like the monsters speaking English and we can kind of relate, so there's the big whole huge language barrier and everything. And it's just not too much attention on the smaller weight classes. So when we see the monster, a popular fighter from down there fighting a guy that most people never seen, it's like, man, who are these guys? But I think a lot of boxing fans, at least the hardcore fans, is familiar with Junto because the dude's punching. He's punching. Yeah, man. But outside of that, ain't too much else been going on in boxing. Um, just ain't too much else been going on right now. It's kind of it's kind of slow. Oscar De La Hoya came out hating. You know what I'm saying? He came out hating. So yeah, he came out hating and shit. So ain't too much else been going on in boxing. It's funny that De La Hoya came out and said that that's fight not the biggest fight in boxing because of the age of the fighters, and that Canelo's been exposed. Crawford got exposed by Mijamov, and it's like, where's all this energy coming from now? Because you best believe if you were still promoting Canelo, you wouldn't be singing that song. You wouldn't be saying that this fight wasn't the biggest fight. If you was able to get Crawford to sign with Golden Boy, you wouldn't be saying that this fight ain't the biggest fight. You wouldn't be saying that Crawford's 38. You wouldn't be saying that Canelo's 34 and been exposed. You won't be saying any of that. You know what I'm saying? So Oscar De La Hoya's hating because his ship is sinking. Ryan Garcia fell off the grid. He got his punk ass whooped. Two losses, no titles, no nothing. Just a lot of hot air. You know what I'm saying? And this is why Oscar's hating on this fight now. What else is a bigger fight than Canelo and Crawford though? Like what other fight is this big? What other two fighters in boxing put in the work like these two dudes put in to get to this point? No, nobody. Nobody. Multi-weight champions, undisputed champions, tons of accolades and accomplishments between both guys. I mean, these are two of the most accomplished fighters in boxing right now. So how is it not the biggest fight? And then Canelo's the cash cow, right? One of the most popular fighters in the world, one of the richest, highest paid athletes in the world. And Crawford is going to be regarded as a generational talent fighter. How in the hell is this not the biggest fight in boxing? We still pretty early, so we ain't feeling the electricity yet. You know what I'm saying? It's still really, really early. So we don't feel it yet, but we will feel it by the time July hits. We gonna start feeling it for this fight. This fight happening in September. We still got some ways to go. We still got a ways to go. You say Oscar has zero credibility. He dumped Canelo for a drug cheat, but was parading Ryan around after cheating Devin. Yeah, man, Oscar, man. I got a lot of respect for Oscar, but he be on some bullshit too. You know what I'm saying? Oscar knows what's up too. But he's also in the business of protecting his brand and his fighters. So he's gonna lie and be on some other shit. And guys like your boy Bushido and guys in the chat see through the shit. Because we know what type of fighter and guy Oscar was in his prime. He was a fucking warrior. And fought everybody. Didn't duck no styles, didn't duck no smoke. What's up, Sean T? I seen it been a minute, man. You said Ryan is the new face of boxing. Ryan loses to the worst boxer ranking top 20, 30. Yeah, man. Come on, man. Ryan Garcia got to prove. I mean, I don't know, bro. I think once these fighters be taking that shit and then we see them afterwards, it's like they can't, it's like they don't have the same energy levels. You know what I'm saying? Like everything is just like different. You know what I'm saying? Everything is different. They don't have the same intensity, the same energy. They just don't be having it, bro, after they come off that shit. And Ryan Garcia, man, he's a fighter who, in my opinion, that's strictly trying to rely on talent alone. But now the sport is starting to pass him up already because he hasn't gotten better. He's training with Derrick James, but I really question, is Derrick James the right fit for Ryan? Salute to Picasso for the super chat. He says, salute Cheetos. I'm late to the stream, but did you hear that Tank versus Roach? Yeah, yeah. I should probably do a video on that a little later. But yeah, I heard about it. The rematch was announced. I think it's happening in July or something too. So yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to that. Can't wait. You know, Lamont Roach, you know, he has some things to say. I guess people were saying that he was out drinking and drinking beers and all this stuff and all that. He said, man, come on, man, that shit cap. But I'm gonna talk about that a little bit later. But I'm definitely looking forward to that, man. I think Lamont's gonna win the fight. I think Tank finally met his match. I think he ran into a guy that has answers for him and that can deal with his speed and power. You said Ryan is the best Instagram model. Yeah. He thought followers and all that was going to translate into success in the ring, but it just don't. You know what I'm saying? His followers went from like young girls, young ladies, to assholes. Because a lot of assholes rock with Ryan Garcia. A lot of piece of shit people rock with that dude. A lot of pieces of shit rock with him. Salute to Hollow Ninja for another super chat. He says, if Oscar wants money from Crawford Canelo event, put Virgil in there. That would be good since Virgil brings full action. Hey, you ain't lying. Put Virgil, try to get Virgil on the undercard. You know what I'm saying? Try to get Virgil on the undercard. Virgil's a very exciting fighter. He just ain't he's just not a guy that can um, rock the mic. He don't have the gift of gab, but he's a very exciting fighter though. Very fun to watch, and he's really good, Virgil. It'll be smart to try to get him on that undercard. But the Golden Boy don't have nobody to even build a fight of that magnitude. They don't have nobody. Ryan Garcia was the only fighter, and they don't have an abundance of Black American fighters that's on the rise or anything like that to build up to potentially make a big fight in the future. They don't even got that going on. So it's looking really actually Top Rank don't either, except for like Keyshawn. Well, Top Rank got a few guys, but nah, man, boxing's looking very different from what it was a couple of years ago, y'all. Remember, like a year or two, not even 2 years ago. Like it's just totally different now. Totally different thing now. I was surprised. Somebody in the chat, in the comment section on the Oshaki Foster video said that Oshaki ain't even been with Top Rank that long. I'm like, really? I'm like, then where the fuck was he fighting at all this time? I cannot remember where he was at. I thought he was with Top Rank this whole time. I could have sworn he was. I don't even know where these dudes fight at no more, bro. Turkey came on the scene and boxing has just been wide open. Dudes fighting whoever and wherever now. Y'all smash that like button for your boy. If you're catching the replay, hit that like button, man. We just had a small stream this morning talking about Teofimo and some of his shenanigans.
Canelo, who you pick? I'm gonna go for Crawford. Cause then when he beats, let's say he beats Canelo, that gives him ammunition. So when I fight him, and I beat Crawford, beat Canelo. You know what I mean? Respect and BK all day. 718. What up? You heard? Yo, Jacob. The Canelo team don't want Teofimo. Not our fault. Bro. It's whatever the champ wants. Hey. It's alright, bro. I don't want to be heavy, flat-footed, planted anyways. I'm a boxer. Pretty damn good boxer, too. I want to ask you guys something. A lot of people chewed my ass about not knowing how to cut the ring off, right? Right. Pero Canelo, he fought William Skull, and he could not cut the ring off.
Yep. He could not cut the ring off, man. Yeah, Sean T. T.O. couldn't cut it off against Cambosis, bro. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. I don't know what this infatuation is with Terence Crawford, but he's hell bent on that guy, man. This was a guy years ago that couldn't get no fights. Nobody wanted to fight him. He wasn't a big draw, and all this other stuff, man. See how things just change. Hey, he did learn. Yep, that's right, Jason Williams. He says T.O. learned to be racist from his dad, and he learned disloyalty from his ex-wife. Yeah, bro. That's what I see as well. His wife did him dirty, destroyed him, and then his dad is already a racist because he got probably I don't know what's up with them dudes, bro. Because the way I see them, like if they never did any of this stuff, they seem like the Latino dudes that's really cool with Black Americans that kind of grew up around them, may have had, you know what I'm saying? They just seem like those type of guys, but they're not. You know what I'm saying? They may have been at one point, but I don't know what the fuck going on with them. I'm not giving them a excuse or anything, but you could just tell that they was, kind of hip dudes prior to whatever fuck happened. You said Tio thinks he getting Bud's head? Nah, he ain't gonna get in Bud's head, bro. That's not gonna work. It's gonna be hard to beat a guy like Crawford You know what I'm saying? Crawford has that same type of mentality that guys like Jordan, Kobe, even guys like Ant-Man Edwards today got, like that super supreme confidence and that self-belief. You know what I'm saying? They have that. John Jones, Floyd Mayweather, like some of the greatest athletes and fighters of all time has that supreme confidence and a strong will too. The will to win. Salute to Hollow Ninja for another super chat. He says, F. Keith Thurman, put Virgil and Tim Zoo for a unified fight on Crawford Canelo undercard. That's only if Zoo can get past Fundora next. Oh, yeah, I forgot they fighting next. Fundora vacated his belt, I believe, to face Tim Zoo in a rematch. Now, Xander Zariah is going to be fighting somebody for that vacant belt, if I'm not mistaken. So he ducked Xander, bro. Like, that was a Mexico-Puerto Rico fight. You ducked it, dude. That's crazy. That's crazy. Fundora ducked Xander, bro. I question. Top ranked fighters, honestly, got the edge over PBC fighters though. Guys that came from top rank or are under the top rank umbrella tend to always whoop on the PBC guys, bro. For whatever reason, they always get the W. I don't know what that is, but Keith Thurman definitely needs to fight again, bro. Like soon. Like Keith Thurman needs to be looking to get back in the ring like by July or something. And Keith Thurman, I would have liked to see Keith Thurman Zoo. I would like to see Keith Thurman fight Jamel, but we'll see. Because the only thing I could take away from Keith Thurman's last fight is that he's still throwing punches, and he still seems to have a lot of energy. He don't seem to. I wouldn't say that he is all the way falling down the hill or nothing like that. I think Keith Thurman's biggest thing is just him not being active. Dude can still fight, and he's still throwing punches, so that's a good sign. He's still letting his hands go. I should say. Hey, you ain't lying. Fundora definitely made the division worse. Wasted time with Spence. Spence is a notorious time waster. You know what I'm saying? Errol Spence. We don't even know if he's coming back. You know what I'm saying? It's been like, yeah. So I don't know, man. You said pathetic boxing chumps. Yeah, PBC fell off, man. I'm hearing that PBC, Top Rank, and Golden Boy gonna be all working together now. This is what I'm hearing. I'm not sure how true it is, but they probably is gonna work together to battle against Turkey and TKO and Dana White. They're gonna have to pay these fighters a lot of money though to compete with Turkey. They're gonna have to really pay these guys. And the Saudis, we know they paying these dudes. You said, hey Bushido, don't start. Hey man, I'm looking for Spence to come back, dog. You know what I'm saying? I told you already I'm a Spence fan, but it's like, man, I don't know, dog. I don't even I don't know, man. I think he's far removed now, dog. He's far removed from the sport. He's been gone for too long, to the point where everything he's done, I don't know, man. Errol Spence, he can't let it end like that. He can't let it end like the way it did, bro. He can't just go out like that. You know what I'm saying? Now, is it his own doing the reason why he's been off, or is it because he's crazy, crazy loyal to Al Heyman? And he's waiting on Al Heyman to make the move for him or get the right, whatever the case. I don't know. He didn't even fight Fundora. For whatever reason, that didn't even happen. He had a title shot to get things back, get his momentum back, erase that memory of that bad night that he had against Bud. But nah, man, we ain't seen dude, bro. Nobody had no interview on him. He don't be at the fights. Like none of that shit, bro. He's not out here promoting Frank Martin. None of that. We ain't barely even seen Frank, y'all. We barely seen Frank Martin. Where he at? You know what I'm saying? Is he not in the mix anymore? Why is he not at 140 beating up on Pitbull Cruz or somebody like that? Like what? Where's Frank Martin? You said he's using Al as an excuse. He's finished. Yeah, Errol Spence is real loyal to Al Heyman. I think that has something to do with it. But I mean, who you go fight, bro? Think Keith Thurman? Honestly, that's a fight that he should make. That's a fight that they could make. PBC that'll generate some buzz. Because if PBC keep going to, at this rate, they're going to be rivaling Don King where he's at now in boxing with his 1993 boxing banners and shit. Look like it's from 93, outdated looking presentation and all that. And salute to the Super OG Don King. But that's where PBC is looking like they go be. Prime Video probably through with him. You know what I'm saying? They went a long way from being on what was they on Fox, NBC or something like that. It was man, shit. The sport changed a lot, y'all. Salute to Picasso for the super chat. He says Errol might be dealing with Mo 3. Oh yeah, that Mo 3 situation. Cause he was cool with them guys, bro. And Errol Spence was kind of in. I don't know if I should be speaking on that shit, but I don't know. I'm not into the Texas politics, Fort Worth, Dallas area politics, and no shit like that. But um, it appeared that Errol Spence was, Yellow Beezy was his boy. That's like his best friend or some shit, right? Um, these dudes were some real goons out here. And Errol Spence was, the boxer, good boy, hanging out with these guys. Um, I don't know. That's a good one though. You know what I'm saying? He could be, just because he was kind of part of that. And then that car accident, we heard the story, what happened with that. I think I got that video on the other channel though. I think that video's on the other channel when those guys was talking about what really happened. I think Charleston White talked about it too. I think both of those videos on the other channel. I gotta get that channel going again, but I still I'm gonna probably switch that one up. I don't know what I'm gonna do with it yet. And plus I gotta get it back monetized and shit, and I don't know what I'm gonna do with it yet. I may do something different with that channel. Be Shit Up Boxing TV. What's up, Demonte Walker? Salute. Y'all smash that like button for your boy, man. You said you don't want to see Spence again? He don't got his greatest strength, his will. That's a good one. That was his strength. Errol Spence had a strong will. I think he's been out for too long, bro. That fire, you best believe, has diminished. That fire that he had when he was young and not as rich, and before he got the pretty girl, um, it's probably not and it's probably not flaming as hard as it once was. You said what does Charleston White not talk about? He talk about everything, bro. This dude got his mouth talking about every fucking thing. But he seems to know a lot about what was going on with that Dallas, Fort Worth, Mo 3, Yellow Beezy situation. And he had a lot of things to say about Errol Spence. And it almost come off as like he didn't like Errol Spence. Like Errol Spence was a buster, basically, the way he was kind of talking about Errol Spence. Man, we the only people that talk about Spence, bro. Nobody even talk about Spence no more, dog. I want to see him come back. I'm always down for a good comeback. You know what I'm saying? I'm always down for it. I want to see if he could do it. Salute to Basket Rock for the super chat. He says, "Greetings from the mean streets of North Omaha, Nebraska." Salute to you, bro, and salute to Omaha, Nebraska, the home state of one of the pound for pound greats. They say nothing comes from Nebraska, but Nebraska produced um, Terence Crawford, Malcolm X. You know what I'm saying? People be sleep on the Midwest in general, though. Hell, where I'm from, Michael Jackson came from here. He's one of the greatest dudes of all time, Michael Jackson. So there's greatness comes from the Midwest, contrary to what the narrative is. It's not always the East or the West Coast or even down south. Nah, sometimes the best comes from the Midwest. Hell, Floyd Mayweather is from Grand Rapids, Michigan. That's only about an hour and a half, 2 hours from where I'm at. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I want to see Spence again, man, but he got to be ready, bro. I'm very interested in seeing if Spence can make a return, bro. Keith Thurman is the fight for Errol Spence, bro. If he's having problems finding an opponent or something, Keith Thurman is the opponent. You know what I'm saying? Keith Thurman is the opponent for Errol Spence. Now, I'm not saying that Keith Thurman can go out and Errol Spence can go out and just beat Keith. I still think Keith got a good style for him, but why not? Why not? It's a payday. It's a big fight. It'll still be a big fight. I'm not sure how big it'll be now, but it's still big enough. You'll reignite the Texas boxing fans once again because they screaming for guys, bro. Texas boxing was at the top when Spence was doing his thing. You had the Charlos, who's actually from like Louisiana, but they rep Texas. Um, yeah, Texas boxing was thriving heavily. You know what I'm saying? And now, it's not the same no more. I miss that shit too, man. It was fun, man. It just brought a lot to the sport when Errol Spence was doing his thing. It did. It brought the fan bases. It was just a lot to talk about. Texas, big Texas. They really I would say Texas fans in general, whether it's football, they remind me of like UK fans. Like they just real hype. You know what I'm saying? So they don't got nobody no more now. Salute to Hollow Ninja for another super chat. He says, knowing Turkey, he is going to stack that Crawford versus Canelo event. It will be like the dark tournament arc in Yu Yu Hakusho or even tournament power at Dragon Ball Super. Keep up the fight. That's right. Actually, we don't even know what that card is going to be, the Canelo Crawford. We don't know who going to be on the card. I would imagine it's going to be a good card. I wonder who going to be the co-main. I think the co-main got to be damn near a main event quality fight as well. Um, I would think it's going to be quite similar to that last event that had nothing but main events on it. It would make no sense for him to put a whole bunch of unknown fighters on the undercard because people will be bored to death leading up to the main event. So it'll be ideal for him to really stack that card strong. Since it's a really, really good card, you wanna stack that card. You do, even though it's gonna cost a lot. I think the return will be even greater, and you want to stack that card to make sure it'll be the best event possible from top to bottom, from the presentation to the representation, all of that. The first fight to the last fight should be nothing but great fights. Y'all smash that like button for your boy, man. Teofimo, man, said that he got Crawford. He's picking Crawford to win the fight against Canelo now. Now that Canelo hurt his feelings, now he's picking Bud to win. But he's only doing this so he could potentially get a Crawford fight in the future. But I don't think that's going to happen. Bud Crawford likely to try to beat him up outside of the ring and not fight him all together because he's being a little asshole. You said Buddy Kruger? You said Texas boxing was smoke and mirrors. It may have been, but it definitely brought for some good debates, some good arguments, some good narrative pushing, and it kept the engine of boxing going. You know what I'm saying? It kept things going. The Canelo fans ain't putting out like the Spence fans was. The Spence fans was, whew, that was a battle. You know what I'm saying? The Spence fans had the Spence channels. You know what I'm saying? Dudes had strong arguments. It was crazy. You know what I'm saying? It was good times though. But the Canelo fans, they don't got that same juice like them dudes, bro. They just don't. Because deep down, they don't even believe that Canelo could beat Bud. The Spence fans truly believe that Spence could beat Terence Crawford. The Canelo fans, I don't think deep down, their national pride is going to show you otherwise, right? Their national pride being Mexicans and all that. They go represent regardless. But deep down in their boxing souls, they know that Canelo Alvarez could very well lose that fucking fight. And that's why we're not getting the same. Well, we're still kind of early, but the Spence Crawford thing has been a thing for years, long before it even got, before they went to the negotiation table. It was a thing, a whole back and forth. You said you think Jimmy Lampley's going to commentate? I won't. I want to see Roy Jones on the panel. I think Lampley would be cool, as long as he ain't being ridiculously biased. As long as it ain't Trent Grissom or Sergio Mora or nobody like that, bro. Those dudes pissed me off that last card they commentated. They was terrible. What fight was that? I forgot what fight it was. Was it the? It was terrible, bro. Their commentary was terrible. The more recent fight they commentated, it was terrible. Absolutely terrible. Trent Grissom is boy, that guy's woo. I can't stand that dude. I can't. I don't like that guy. He do too much. When you a guy on that type of stage, on that type of platform, you can't be like your boy Bushido. Like I can say what the hell I want to say. I don't got no DAZN contract. I ain't got no PBC contract. I ain't got nobody telling me I can't say this and do that. Those dudes be still doing shit though. Coming off as overly biased, not calling it exactly how they see it. You know what I'm saying? Oh yeah, it was the Canelo Skull fight. And then Danny Jacobs had to come on there and tell everybody what we was really seeing. And I agreed 100% with what Jacob said during his thoughts on that fight. Speaking of Danny Jacobs, he just took a picture with Bud Crawford and pretty much said he's always rocking with Bud. Bud's the best, and Bud's gonna win, basically. They known each other since they was kids in the amateurs. Him and Danny Jacobs. And Danny Jacobs got Bud beating Canelo too. Hey, Sergio Mora be okay sometimes, but other times he be on some bullshit. And Sergio Mora, we know he knows boxing. So what are you doing saying that, bro? You know what you're seeing. And it's not like he was a brawler type fighter anyway. He was more of a boxer. So you would think he'll appreciate the sweet science more and the hit not get hit a little more. Because he's not one of those Latino fighters that's sitting there brawling and slugging it out. Nah, Sergio was boxing. But yeah, we gonna find out everything. Who's gonna commentate, who'll be on the panel. Um, yeah, it's gonna be good, man. But they gotta still find out where it's gonna be now. We thought it was gonna be at Legion Stadium. You know what I'm saying? They don't even know where the fight gonna be in New York now. They should put it in Chicago, but I don't think Chicago has a strong boxing market like that. I don't know. Maybe they should try, but I'm not sure. They always go to the same places. If they was in Chicago, I'll definitely be there. I'll probably have to get in under YSM name or something if they give me credentials because they definitely not letting Bushido in there. I had to get in under YSM. Hey, you say are there ring girls? You know what, bro? I don't think there is. I don't think they have the ring card girls. Honestly, bro, I can't even remember the last time I seen one of them. I can't remember the last. I think I know Top Ranks probably still got them, but I don't even remember the last time I seen a ring card girl. Now that you mention it, bro, that used to be kind of a thing. You see the babe walking with the number and shit. She all fine. Whatever race she was fine. You don't see that no more. Lambley cool because he know boxing. You know what I'm saying? He could be biased at times, but I think he did a pretty good job considering he hasn't commentated in a long time. I thought he did pretty good. Especially Jim Lampley's pretty old now too. But I thought he did pretty good. I thought he did pretty good. I thought he was gonna be a lot worse than that and a lot more biased, but he was okay. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Sergio Mora is that's what I'm like, dude. Why you hating on Skull? Why? Because they wanted to sell the Canelo fight, and William Skull was doing what he wasn't supposed to be doing, making Canelo look human, making Canelo look normal, making Canelo look average, making him look like he was 3 steps behind, making him look like he don't even stand a chance against Crawford. That's how William Skull made him look, and they had to kind of manipulate the audience watching, and we know the commentators can do that. They was manipulating the audience into believing that William Skull really wasn't winning the fight and he was running and all this other crazy stuff. Salute to Hollow Ninja for the super chase. It's Naoya Inoue versus Junto Nakatani will be in the hometown land of the Rising Sun. Turkey will stack that card too. It will be like Kyoto Showdown and Rurouni Kenshin. Two samurais having a war. Yeah, that's gonna be a great fight, dude. Great fight, and I think that's the fight that the monster should take. I think he's gonna fight that one dude first, MJ, which that should have been happened, honestly. I'm not sure why MJ been running, but MJ been running for a while from any real smoke to the point where nobody in boxing really knows who he is still. Um, Monster, go ahead take care of that guy within the next few months, and then try to fight Junto before 2026, or at the very least early 2026. The very least early 2026. But yeah, you guys, I don't know. I think Teofimo. Yeah, I've been saying it for years, man. I don't think this dude is somebody that he probably don't have many friends. You know what I'm saying? I'll just say that. I don't think Teofimo is a guy that has many friends. Um, he just don't show no loyalty to no one. You know what I'm saying? Not even his fellow Latinos, not even the people that used to support him, which is the Black Americans. He don't show no loyalty to nobody. You know what I'm saying? And that says a lot about his character. You know what I'm saying? Talented young guy, man, but something's missing with this dude, man. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes when we watching these young guys, Teofimo's well, how old is Tio now? But sometimes when we watching these young dudes, um, when they real young, they may be saying and doing stupid, crazy things, but as they get older, we see them mature. Like Shakur Stevens, he's a lot more mature now than he was 3 years ago. But I haven't seen that growth from guys like Teofimo. You know what I'm saying? I haven't seen it. I ain't seen no growth as a person or as a man from Teofimo. And now it's oozing into his boxing career, and I think that's going to hinder him back. Because we kind of essentially watch these guys grow up. You know what I'm saying? We literally watch them, you know what I'm saying, kind of grow up. We see a lot of them from they was young kids, 19, 20 years old to all the way down to 35 and shit. We kind of watch this shit. We see it. But I don't know, man. Teofimo Lopez, I don't know. I don't know what's next for him. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if Boots go fight him. You know, we know Crawford likely won't fight him. Um, and he just out here making an ass of himself. You know what I'm saying? Now he pretty much probably pissed off Canelo fans too now. So yeah, he said Canelo's flat footed. He got Crawford winning the fight. Simply because, well, now he wants to try to lull Crawford into a fight his damn self. But yeah, you guys, salute to everybody that stopped in for the stream this morning. Much love to all you guys. Thank you guys for donating to the donor today. Salute to the sponsor of the stream, Hollow Ninja. Always holding your boy down. Much love to you, bro. And yeah, man, we gonna see what happens, man. We gonna see what happens. Catch you guys on the next one. Like, subscribe. Love you, mom. Peace out.